is how we country down in the boondocks. This is how we country out in the sticks. Bonfires, mud tires, cowgirls, and cold beer. This is how we country, how we do this. Yeah, it's time to get your country on. Moving that dirt till it hurts, strike payday. Cash that check in a one-horse town. Punching that clock non-stop till the weekend. I sit the beer, throw the tailgates down.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. So this is the next day on this floodplain property. We're gonna do a check on it, where I broke the dam, put 2 sets in down there, and I've got 2 caster mount sets out on the river. Anytime, it's a good idea. You know, you do what you want to do. Everybody's going to do what they want to do. And it's all situational, of course. Anytime I set, and even though this is not a new property, anytime I set a property the first time, or at least the first few times, I will come and do a daily check instead of doing, because we can do 3 days on water sets. And especially in the springtime, because other beavers will chew on your beaver that are, even if they're down in the water, they'll chew on them a little bit or whatever. But right now, like the 2 sets that are out on the river, I'm not worried about. I'm going to check them since I'm here anyways. They were good sets, but they can get down in the water if they get, unless it's a really small beaver that couldn't pull those sticks, because those sticks weren't down in very far. They can swing down in, and they'll be down in under the water, so nothing can really get to them. However, the ones that are on the dam, if I happen to make a catch out there and nothing came and repaired the dam, then they're high and dry, basically speaking, or part way out of the water, and something can get to them, whether it's a mink or the birds. We've got birds of prey like crazy up here right now, going wild. Coyotes, fox, whatever, you name it. Stuff can get to them, and make them even more worthless than they are right now. Now, I can still sell the pelt, because up here they are starting to prime. They got guard hairs. They're just not fully prime yet, but they are priming up. So they're sellable at the moment, and I use the meat, which I could use even if the birds picked at it and whatever. You know, and nothing goes to waste, like I said, other than the skeleton itself, for the most part, and the guts, obviously. But, you know, it's just, there's no sense in taking a chance on it. Check them, make sure they're working clean. Debris could have floated down through there and set them off on you, and then a beaver comes up through and they're walking over the top of your set off traps, you know. It just makes good sense to check them. So I'm going to get soaking wet probably. It's raining up here on and off, so I didn't bring my rain jacket with me, but I will go out and take a quick peek, and if I see anything interesting, or if I made a catch, I will jump back on here and get back with you. So if you guys don't mind, like, share, and subscribe. Comment on the videos. It helps the algorithm. I really appreciate it. And everybody, it doesn't help just my channel. As I said before, it helps all the channels like this. Shows the algorithm that people actually like this kind of content. But all right, hang in there, guys. I'll be back. All right, guys, it's raining pretty hard, so I got to make this quick. But just like I said, check them. These were out of the water. Got one there, and one on the other one that came up almost that far. I had a pretty good lead on that one. Take a look at them in a little while. Okay, guys, here they are. Neither one of them are small beaver by any means, any way, shape, or form. Unbelievable. If you guys have been following along, you've seen how many big beaver we've pulled out of this place. And these are 2 very big adults. I wouldn't put it past this one to be over 50, but we'll throw them on a scale later, take a look at them. But I mean, look at that tail next to my boot. Now look at that one. I mean, they're just huge. Unbelievable how many freaking beaver are in this place. And they just keep coming. No, like I said, as I said, they're not small. There's my glove for reference. I mean, they're just massive. Anyway, that tells me if there's big ones in here, there's going to be smaller ones in here, and I'm going to have to clean this out and reset it. Leave it for a day or two and see what happens, or come back and check it tomorrow. I probably will, just because I don't want them being out of the water. You saw both of these were well out of the water. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of beaver in here. Anyway, won't ramble on too much about it. I had a little break in the rain and I wanted to show you guys, but I got to haul these guys almost a quarter of a mile up out of here. So it's soft walking, so it's not fun, but I got to get these reset, and I'll be back with you. All right, a little better look at these two. They're both big ones. I'm about dead dragging them out of there, and I'm sweating to death already, but that's part of it when it's 60 something degrees out. It's supposed to drop down tomorrow back into high 40s, low 50. Not much difference, but 10 degrees is 10 degrees. I'll take it at this point. So anyway, good sized beaver, both of them. They're both adults and well into their adult stage. So I wanted to go over, while I'm right here, I'm taking a breather, a common misconception. Somebody gets a snap trap and they find a toenail in it. They look at it and they're like, oh crap, back toenail. Well, not always. You look at the size of those front nails, okay? And that's what a lot of people find, believe it or not, in their trap, thinking that it's a back nail. And it's actually not. It's a front foot. The back nails are flat, almost flat. You can see that. They don't have as much curl to them, and they're a lot bigger. See that compared to my finger, how wide they are? They're a lot bigger. Whereas these are narrower. They're narrower, I should say. But they're all just as long or longer than the back ones. Good for digging, obviously. But that's just a common misconception I wanted to put out there for you guys. Just the difference between front and back toenails. All right. Anyway. Well, guys, just went and checked those two down on the big river. And I had two other beaver, good sized beaver, outsmart me. Somehow or another, they managed to make it around the back side of my 330. They completely destroyed my caster mounds, which is what that lure is designed to do. It's designed to really tick them off. Had to completely rebuild the sets, and I did the best I could to block them in, but I'm guessing, I'm not sure if we missed them or if somebody else missed them or whatever, but at some point in time they've probably seen a 330, so they may be trap shy or trap smart or whatever you want to call them, weary. I may end up having to bring drowners in, set up drowners. But we'll see the next check, what that brings. Very likely could have more, as long as nothing floats down through there and sets those channel sets off where I broke the dam. Very likely could have another one, if not another double, there to the next check. So I'm not sure if I'm going to come back and check the big river tomorrow. It's a half a mile or more, might be a little longer than a half a mile out there through some pretty nasty stuff. Guess I shouldn't be lazy. I should just check them while I'm here. I'm going to be here anyways to check that dam. So anyway, you guys stick in there. I appreciate everybody watching, and thanks for listening to me ramble on. I hope somebody's picking something up from any of this, learning anything at all. And when you run into a situation where you have beaver that are going around your sets, or know what your set is, or you know, whatnot, learn the different ways of handling them. Unfortunately, here in Vermont, snares and cable restraints are completely illegal, even for nuisance work, which is ridiculous, because I know very well I could catch both of those beaver very easily on a snare or a cable. But we're barely hanging on, trapping here in Vermont as it is, so I'm not going to stir the pot and get more of my rights taken away because of these people. Anyway, so yeah, I'll get back with you. I'm up here on this beaver hut where it was way too deep for runs to set last year. One of the runs is almost halfway exposed right there. This water was almost to where I'm standing, and you can see how much it's dropped. I mean, it's insane. Went from being like 12 feet deep right there to probably 6. This was all underwater all the way up into that, almost to right there, because I had a 330 set right there last year with a caster mound on it. Amazing low water. And so this hut looks abandoned. They haven't mudded it. There's no fresh sticks. There's no fresh chewings. I know there's still beaver in the area. It's just a matter of where they moved to. I don't know where they went. I'm gonna try to figure that out. But while I was up here on this hut, checking things out, I got a visitor trying to see what's going on. What you got going on over here, buddy? How we doing? Seen any beaver around? Pretty cool. Anyway, gotta do some looking around. This video doesn't do it any justice, but this is that one run on this side. There's one on the other side. Still can't get to. This is a dead lodge anyways at this point. Bunch of debris and stuff in the way. I don't know if it floated downriver, got hung up in here because it's kind of a outside bend, pretty sharp, or what, but that's the den that was on this side. And where I'm standing right now literally would have been up to my chin and higher in water. It's insane. Never fails when you're trying to do a video. There's always got to be something. Anyway, figured I'd show you guys that. That's over 3 feet wide right there. Like I said, the video doesn't do it justice, but I can't believe I'm standing in this river. I don't know that I've ever seen it this low. Crazy. That hut is dead, like I said. No beaver tracks anywhere. Just looked up on there because it looks like it'd be an easy place for them to get in and out of. No caster mounds, no tracks. Plenty of deer tracks. They're over here. Freshest sign I've seen. Of course, you can't see it in the sunlight, of course. Slide there, and that sucker is, I mean, almost vertical. And there are beaver tracks in it. They're not that old. It just rained today and a little bit the other day, but not hard enough to say, speak of. And another one right here. Oh, that's about 12 feet. I mean, they're cliff climbing. Oh, I don't know why they would be doing that when there's lower banks. So I got to get around here and try to figure out what they're doing here. A big buck running around in here. For those of you that were watching this spring, that video that I posted, spy beavers, just being funny. They were beavers out here watching us set these traps. Right here is where the beaver was swimming. And he was about here. And look. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You see where the muskrats were digging in. People think muskrats don't do damage. They can do just as much damage as beaver if they're not checked. Well, folks, hopefully the wind isn't too awful terrible. It's blowing decent right now. Other than them two slides that aren't even active really, there's a couple tracks that look like they're a couple days old in them. There is zero other sign in here of beaver. There's no chewings, there's no damming activity, there's no, I can't find bank dens. I mean, the water's so low, I'd see it stand out like a sore thumb. Deepest spot I found so far is about 6 feet deep, and that's right in front of the hut. So I really don't know what to say. There's no good place to throw a 330 in. And most spots that I could set up for the wind and set up a decent drowner, water's not deep enough to drown them. So, yep. Spinning my wheels out here. I think it's time to move on. Wait till this spring when they really start traveling. See if between now and then they do something. But right now, I don't think it's worth it. Stay tuned. Just walked another quarter of a mile around the back side of the perimeter. This is that spot I told you. This river snakes like crazy in here. It's twisty turny, almost right back around on itself. Nothing, absolutely no sign whatsoever. So I am as close to 100% certain that those beaver pop smoke and said, screw it, we're out. We're gonna go find a different place. And show you what I found that wasn't there last year, and I got a feeling I know where they went. So look at that dam. That's about 3 feet tall, and I'd say that's 70 feet long, and it's holding, you know, back a lot of river water flowing over it pretty freely. So this is a really hard current here. I don't know how well they'd be able to hold it back, you know, completely without that kind of runoff. But I'm gonna grab my stuff, go all the way back out and around, almost back to where I parked. And because I didn't think there was any beaver activity out here. They were all out there last year. And I'm gonna do some investigating up that way, because I got a feeling that they moved up past the bridge where I snapped my finger in the trap, and they probably got at least the beginning of a lodge somewhere up there. So we're gonna go investigate more. Well, guys, I got carried away. After I found that dam, I set 3 more sets. They're unfortunately all caster mounts because that river's so big and wide. And where they've got it backed up, it's only about a foot and a half lower than it's normally running, so it's way too deep. There's way too much area. I can't get in there anywhere to choke them down, so I just put caster mounts in. One's a foothold drowner. I hope you guys can hear me with this wind and these cars, but one's a foothold drowner and 2 330s on caster mounts, and I still have yet to find the hut. I cannot find it. I'm going to end up having to put a boat in up above and drift down through and see if I can find it. But I came back to the first property that I caught that beaver on in the 330 over there on the other side of the bridge, that big one. And I was pretty positive it was only that one beaver in here, but I've left this, I'm thankful I left this trap sitting. I left this foothold drowner in, and I just pulled up another tugboat. Just another just beautiful, absolute tug. That's 3 for the day, all big. No small ones at all. So continue on. I'll get this set remade, freshen it up with more of my Raging Beaver lure, and get moving on. But yeah, it's insane. It's fall, and I never expected, you know, this much activity this early. But like I said, they're haired up good enough, and I need the meat, so we'll keep rocking. Thanks, guys. Well, we're home, guys. That's it for today. Got 3 big ones. All almost the same size, but we're gonna weigh them anyways. This is the last one we just got. It's all soaking wet still. Can't tell till he lightens up. He's probably the same color as the other 2, judging by the head. They almost look like a darker beaver. But 3 good ones on the day, and 2 got around me. So hopefully we can cure that problem. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the help and support, and we'll see you on the next one.